Hello! So this is my final blog post for this first semester of college, GT 1000 class. So the first part of it is, now that the semester is coming to an end, how did you do? So I think that academically I didn't do as well as I expected to do and as I would have liked to have done. But in a lot of ways I did thrive and I learned a lot in college, like socially. I think I'd consider it a success overall. I have some really good friends and I have some really good memories from this semester, which is like, that's I think that's really important because that's what's going to keep me motivated for next semester when I have work to do. Just like, oh, look, I'm like accountable to my friends and my family and things like that. So overall, I don't regret it, but I definitely think I can step my game up for next semester academically now that I've established a social base that I don't need to constantly keep reinvesting in. Looking back, what activities did I become involved in? So I am at the Student Center right now, which is really cool because the two places I mainly got involved with this semester was Pride Alliance and Rec Radio, and they actually have next door offices to each other, which I didn't realize until like much later in the semester. Like you go into this like one office and then this door goes to the rec studio and then this side goes to the Pride office. So yeah, I now know that, and I'm actually working right now with one of my best friends on hardcore intense studying for finals, and she's Pride Alliance president. Her name's Kate, and we actually like are strangely similar people. So, I think that was a great experience, and I bonded with a lot of people at the station. That was fun. I also worked at a psych lab this semester that took up a lot of my time, but I honestly think it was an invaluable experience because even though I didn't get paid and I didn't get course credit for it, which is all everyone ever asks, and like everyone's like, oh, why'd you do that? Like, it was very unique, it was very for me, and I enjoyed the experience, and it made Georgia Tech very unique for me, and it's what's keeping me here for one thing. And during a week, there were definitely weeks this semester when I didn't go to any classes, but I was at the lab 110% of the time that I should have been there, and it kept me motivated and made me feel like I was important on campus, which you don't get that feel in like a 200-person lecture hall for physics. No one cares what you're doing there, and it was interesting to be accountable to grad students, to be running participants in a psychology study, things like helping design studies that were going into pilot testing, things like that. It made me feel like I could be contributing to something larger in Georgia Tech, and then that in turn made me want to do better in my classes and things like that. So that was a couple of things. What are your plans for the spring semester? So like I said, I want to do better in my classes. I want to have better attendance in that. I'm going to not socialize less, but socialize in a different way, because this semester I was so focused on like meeting maximum people, whereas you know how they always say in your freshman year you're going to meet more people than at any other stage in your life. Like, okay, I think I'm done with that. I know a lot of really cool people, and I've done a lot of like out of my comfort zone social events, and I've met people from like completely different walks of life, and that's been great. But next semester I think it'll be like a lot more low-key, chilling out with just like the friends I have, and then focusing a lot more on academics, which should be nice because I actually like my classes for next semester. Wow, this semester I have like Calc 1 and Physics 2, which first of all should not have been a thing, and then like a 3000 level neuropsychology class, so I wasn't really enjoying myself. But next semester my English class is about queer theory and feminism, so I'm really excited for that. I have an INTA class and CS. I'm really excited for my CS class. I have a couple of other, EAS, so that it's like a lab science, but hopefully it should be pretty low-key, and then I can focus on Calc 2, because I won't be focusing so much on my other class except out of like the fact that I like them, but I'd be able to like reevaluate my foundations from Calc 1 because I'm a little rickety on those from this semester, so I'll spend time on that next semester. Additionally, I might do second semester rush at Psi Upsilon. I think they have second semester rush. I need to double check that, but I keep like intending to do that because it's really funny actually. Like half the members of Pride Alliance are in Psi U, and half the members of Rec Radio are in Psi U, and like all of our social events, like whenever there's a good crossover, it's usually has to do with Psi U, and I just think that they'd be like very much my people, and like it would be nice to really have like a social community without, and like something to focus on, and like a reason to hold up an academic standard, or like like a place to chill out when you're like, oh, it's a Friday, what do I do with myself? Like, oh, I feel bored. You know, I feel like there's a lot of pros and cons to joining like a social society like that. So, and SIU is like, it's just a lot more low key than like general Greek life. So, and I have a lot of friends in it, like I said. So, that should be fun. What advice would you give yourself on August 22nd? I think I would tell myself to go to classes, and I would tell myself to trust my friends, because for some reason I've found some really great friends here who are really interested in not seeing me fail and investing time and energy in my success and my mental health, which is incredible. And I do the same for them, but it's just I've always been the giver friend and not the taker friend. And, you know, I would tell myself to rely on that. And then, yeah, definitely go to classes, stay ahead of things, like study the calc for that week ahead instead of cramming before every test or finals. But the second part of this question was, do you think you would have followed this advice? And as bad as this sounds, I probably wouldn't have, even if I like magically went back in time and I like recognized myself and I was like, Raksha, do it like this because I am from 3 months in the future and this is how you should do it. I'd still be like, I'll like be conscious of that, but like, I don't know if I would really do that. Because I mean, that was the advice everyone said. They were like, you're gonna make like your best friends in college, you're gonna meet like your bridesmaids for whatever, and like, and also they were like, go to all your classes, that's all that's important, that's number one. And I was like, oh no, like it's not that I thought it applied to other people. I knew it applied to me and I knew it would be relevant, but some days I still just didn't. And a lot of time it was like, oh, 200 people in this lecture hall, like I'll just read his notes on the PowerPoint, like it really doesn't matter, this one class. And then the next time I'd be like, oh, just these 2 classes that I missed, and then I'd always let it add up. But I think as I'm going back and studying, I realized like how much I could have known, how much more I knew in the first half of the semester because I had good attendance. In the second half of the semester when I dropped off, now I don't like know much of the stuff from that part of the semester, which sucks as I'm studying for finals. But I think I had to live through these mistakes and like make them and be like, look, there actually is a difference even for you and your particular study style, so go to classes next semester. So I don't think I would have taken my advice, and I think there are some things I could have done better this semester, but overall I don't regret anything, and I think I've set a really good foundation in some ways and learned a lot of skills. Like, okay, to be fair, even when I didn't go to classes, I basically lived in all my teachers' office hours. Like my psych and calc and French teachers were like I was really close to them because I was the only student who like utilized their office hours and things like that. So like none of them thought I was particularly disrespecting them, or like I still tried to stay on top of it in one way. And I think that's a skill that not a lot of people do have, that they built a lot of rapport with their professors, things like that. So not totally all regrets, but you know, definitely things to work on that I will be working on next semester. So yeah, but overall, a great semester and good memories, and uphill is the only direction it can go at this point. So yeah, that is the end of my blog entry. Thank you for listening.